Hello and welcome to the Keep Onside show, and as you know, my name is Joel.
Hi, and I'm Sherelle. Call me Cher, because I've done one episode. I've got that under my belt, and I feel like I'm talking. We're friends now.
Okay, Cher. So we're gonna roll right in. We're gonna be speaking about the roundup of the last weekend's games.
Yeah.
We're also gonna be speaking about legend that is Steven Gerrard.
We're gonna be discussing the child abuse that's rocking football at the moment, and we're also going to talk about the poppy ban. FIFA banned us wearing the poppies. We've got a guest down, Spurs fan Antony Karyiannus. He's come down and he's going to talk about his team and how he feels they're going to be doing this season. Obviously, I look at Liverpool, and we had a good weekend.
Yep. Coutinho.
He's going to miss the derby, and he's going to miss a Man City match. They reckon now.
Right.
So those are two that we want to win, really, especially the Man City one. But
speaking about the derby, I'm worried for Everton. Well, you're not, but
no.
You know, I'm worried for Everton. I'm worried for Koeman. Their defence is pretty senior now. Lukaku, good player, but a little bit inconsistent at the moment. As you said, they've got the derby coming up. I think they've got United coming up, even Arsenal as well.
United might win a game.
Yeah. Oh gosh, look at that. United fans, oh my days.
Oh God. Well, we don't want any more temper tantrums, did it?
My
they get
God.
the poor manager. I feel for him, you know. I do
just
like
when you're on the
Mourinho
floor,
a
just
bit.
when
I know,
you
sorry.
just thought you'd kick them in the, you know. But no, pressure could be mounting on Koeman if he's not careful, you know.
Well, it comes with these managers now. It comes really quickly, doesn't it? I mean,
does.
they don't have to do much. It's a few games, and you've got Rotherham. They're on their sixth manager now since 2015.
Look at that.
That's a lot, and they're at the bottom. So something's going wrong there. That's at the bottom of the championship.
Yeah. So I also want to talk about Leicester. I mean, they're having a brilliant season in Europe. Brilliant, flying in Europe. You know, domestically now, having a bit of trouble. 2 points off the relegation zone. If they get top 10, that'll be a good season for them. If they get top 10, because the year before they won the Premier League, they were fighting relegation. So
yeah, I think we always. I don't think it's that much of a surprise. Did everyone think that they were gonna?
I think some people did, you know, honestly.
Really?
You know, you speak to some people, they were like, no,
They believed in that
team.
Hollywood because all the film people were coming down and they wanted them
Exactly.
to stay. But talking about relegation, Palace.
Ooh.
Oh no, guys, we got
the film crew,
yeah,
Palace fans.
Oh no, and we love them.
Pardew.
How do you feel about Pardew, man?
I don't know. The thing is, like, what's the alternative?
Would you prefer Allardyce?
Oh my gosh.
That's my point. I mean, like.
well.
So now we're gonna go and hear from what Antony Karyiannus has got to say. Spurs fan.
So thanks for joining us, Anthony. Spurs fan. How long have you been supporting Tottenham?
Gosh, 30 years plus.
Wow.
Can't sort of give away my age a bit there, but yeah, long time.
Favourite Spurs all-time player?
Lineker.
Yeah. Goal scorer beyond belief, innit?
Yeah.
So what do you think about Spurs' season so far?
It's been good. It's just the firepower. Relying too heavy on Kane, he's been injured.
Yeah.
Janssen hasn't really been performing. He's been doing his bit. It was a bit like Soldado. When Soldado came, you could see him do all the work.
Yeah.
And like drawing defenders away or, and you know, sort of creating a space for others to run on, and people didn't appreciate that. But it's just,
but not that
you need a
final.
goal scorer.
Yeah, and obviously playing in Wembley. I remember as an Arsenal fan playing at Wembley, and it's not your ground, is it? It's just a total different atmosphere altogether. How are you finding it?
It was a great atmosphere. Going there, lots of cheering, 85,000 fans filling the whole stadium up. Overall, I liked it, but it's like you said, it's not home. It's unsettling and much bigger pitch, bigger area.
Yeah.
If we're going to play league continuously next season, we need to step it up.
Most definitely, isn't it? Obviously, there's been reports about a little bust up between Sissoko and Pochettino. I don't know what all that is about. Can you enlighten us on that?
The only thing I can say to that is, despite what you pay for a player, despite how much you pay them, if they're not performing, if they're not going with what the manager's asking them to do, and they're just not doing anything in training.
Yeah.
Why should you play them?
The thing is, I speak to a lot of people regarding Sissoko, and the reviews are pretty mixed. What do you actually think of him as a player?
Haven't seen enough of him at Tottenham because they got suspended almost straight as soon as he started.
Yeah.
So if you go by the Euros, we got 30 million. Looks like a good player.
Yeah.
But if you go by his Newcastle records, there's a lot of money to pay.
What do you think about Tottenham then? What do you reckon? I know you said that you don't get ahead of yourself and all that. But what would be a good season for you?
The way the other teams are playing at the moment, I'd like to see us holding in the top 4. Before Chelsea, we were unbeaten.
Yeah.
Which is nice on paper or nice to hear, but I think sort of like 7 or 8 of those games have been draws. We had a good comeback against West Ham recently, and that's a game normally in the past we would have folded and just lost it.
I think there has been a mentality change with Tottenham because
definitely.
even me watching them, I think to myself, Tottenham 1-0 down, and I'm like, Tottenham could come back.
Recently over the years, maybe a little bit before Pochettino came in, but since he's coming as well, the mentality's there. Even with fans as well, it's like, no, we can do this. We can turn this around. We can get this. We can win this.
Yeah, I hope you do reasonably well. Should I say reasonably? Yeah. No, thanks for joining us, Antony.
No, thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
He's retired.
He didn't even get his kit off. And he's been offered a job already.
Was it MK Dons?
MK Dons.
He should relax a bit, I reckon.
Yeah,
just go and sign a few memorabilia, do a few appearances, stay with your family a bit.
There you go. And being a good player doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a good manager. We've seen too many good players jump into it and absolutely fall flat on their faces, So I think he should work behind the scenes, and maybe one day Steven Gerrard, the top player, can be Steven Gerrard, the top manager.
I think that he's probably one of the only players that would have me starstruck, like completely starstruck.
In terms of scoring pivotal goals, in terms of literally
the heart and
pulling
soul
a
of the
team along when that team is on their knees, when that team needs him, he's like Liverpool's superhero. When I think of Steven Gerrard, I think of, and I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I think of Istanbul. I think of the FA Cup final. I think of, I think of the goal against Olympiacos when Andy Gray, that legendary commentary moment where he was like, "You beauty!"
You can't buy that now, and I think a lot of teams now, they go out and you can't get that heart now.
Well, at the end of the day, young English players, they're looking for the next Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
They're looking for the next Frank Lampard. And that's when you know that you've taken almost the midfield role onto another level, because they're actually, it's almost like you're defining the role now, you know.
Definitely.
So, from everyone here at the Keep Onside show, Steven Gerrard, we salute you. And, enjoy your retirement.
The abuse claims have rocked football for the last week. A bit more and more people have come out. Really, as a parent of a child that I gave to the coaches, it really shook me. Like I was actually, I couldn't even read and watch it in full.
Yeah. Because
they're in such a position of power where these young, impressionable children want to make it, and you're dealing with children who it's their dreams.
Yeah.
And now everyone is just gearing for their children to get into an academy.
And I don't think the academies have really changed that much. There's still that detachment.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go, your son's training, and you're literally peering through a fence, you can barely see what they're doing, and it's all hush-hush, it's all quiet.
And that environment is going to attract people who want to take advantage
of course it is.
Of children. It's like the church or the scouts or any institution that have been rocked by these claims. If you look at how they operate, you can see why those people went into that business, and
and you can see how they got away with it for so long.
Yeah, the FA has started an investigation, and I just hope that academies can understand that there needs to be more transparency.
Definitely.
With what they're doing, and I think that they should work in conjunction with parents as well.
100%.
We need to know how you feel about our son, and we'll be able to help you get the best out of our children within the system, and that can only benefit them on the pitch.
Yeah.
Definitely think that those guys were let down, and I just think they're just so brave. As long as something good comes out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that they can look and see pinpoints, places where they can be taken advantage of, maybe. But I do want to say, though, that there are fantastic coaches out there.
Of course they are.
I really want to say that, especially with me, where there were times where coaches had to pick up my son from my home, and I had to rush to work, and they had to hold on to him afterwards, and then drop him back. So I invested a lot of trust in coaches, because my son wouldn't have had the career that he had if it wasn't for coaches really helping me out. FIFA banned Scotland and England from wearing a poppy on Remembrance Day. I'm trying to figure out FIFA's stance here, because the poppy is about remembrance and hope of fallen soldiers, and that's all fallen soldiers.
The only thing I can think of is that, you know, from FIFA's standpoint, is where does the line get drawn? If you understand,
in regards to what you wear on you and what you symbolise.
Yeah, because it's their platform, so to speak.
I mean, they're saying it's probably coming under the political argument, because you've got the white poppy now, haven't you? Which symbolises peace. Yeah, that came out, and you know, the Royal Legion didn't really take too kindly to that. But you have a lot of people who were really against the Gulf War,
right? And
they weren't really. That's not what the poppy is about, though.
It's not just to do with Britain at all, you know. So I can't understand.
FIFA needs to look at their own.
Definitely. I mean, you know, these
sort
people
themselves out.
Exactly.
Before they tell us what to do. As Theresa May said, it even got into Parliament, you know, they were talking about it, and so rightly so.
So that's all we've got time for, folks. Don't forget, don't hesitate to contact us at Keep Onside Show, #KTG, with your views and your thoughts on what we've spoken about today, or if you have anything that we would like to address on the next show.
Definitely. Thanks for watching. #KTG at the Keep Onside Show on Twitter.